Alright, let's see. This is a 2007 Lincoln Town Car with a bad starter. Sounded like the battery was dead, but the battery's got 12.5 volts just sitting, and that's an indication of a good battery. So I came under last night while diagnosing this and found this. I've already started loosening the hot lead up, so don't mind it moving around. It was actually tight. Backside of the solenoid moving all over the place. The starter and the solenoid both were extremely hot. So I'm going to take it off. This is a 4.6. Most of the 4.6s are identical. I had to clean that up. It's got rust on it. This is a lot easier to get to than the trucks. You have the truck frame like runs right in through here somewhere. I don't remember exactly where. But the starter is in a horrible position on it. This one is not so bad. You have full access to it right here. Nothing was removed. This is literally right out in the open. And here's the first bolt here. I've already taken it out. Taking the nut off of this. This starter comes with a new lead on it. So I'm going to cut this one off here and strip it back. There's a nut right up in here, and then one on the very top, almost 180 degrees out from this one. So let's see if I can do this without destroying the face of my phone. Hopefully you can see that. This car is extremely low to the ground in comparison to the trucks. You don't have to even have a jack to get under the trucks. You gotta have one to get under here. So make sure to bring one with you wherever you go to do your starter. This is a 14 gauge wire. I think might be a 12 gauge wire. Alright, that wire is just ready to go back on. If you don't have a set of swivels, get yourself a set of swivels and some extensions. It'll make this so much easier. Unless you only brought one swivel with you, or one extension with you, and it's 24 inches long. This is going to come out through the grill if I go through this direction. Yeah, I can't even get the socket on there. That's not going to work. Shell hurts. Alright, I gotta go get a socket now. Alright, so went and got some different tools instead of doing it the way that I was doing it with the swivel ratchet and the swivel sockets. Got some little stubbies. This is backwards, I know, I'm sorry, but I'm using my front facing camera so I can press pause instead of stopping and joining videos together. I also got a 13mm deep socket and a 3-inch extension. So, I want to try the wrench first, just to save myself a little bit of headache. I know the little stubby wrenches go in here. Not nice. Yeah, it's heavy. It's tight. I hope I'm going the right way too. Wasn't too tight. This is going backwards. Tightening it up instead of loosening it. extremely short-lived. Come on, you. It stops right at the end of the silicone. 3-inch extension and a normal deep well socket. Just for a record here, this is a stud, but it does unscrew from the transmission, which it may very well be doing right now. Looks like that came off the stud. Let's see. Top one's a bit tricky to get to. But I think we'll be able to get it with the swivel. No. Let's see if we can try the stub. Either. Come on, boy. It might be on there. I can't see the bolt, I can only feel it. I have a feeling that I'm not going to be able to get in there with this long ratchet, but we'll give her a shot. Yeah, that's not happening. Let's try a combination of something else. Swivel and a 3-inch. Go ahead and put this together. That way when I get it on there, I don't have to worry about poking it in. Okay, I gotta go get another extension. This is not gonna work. Alright, yeah, I'm good. Let's see if I can get it without hurting myself here. I've got a 3-inch extension, a 1-inch extension, and an 8-inch extension. I also have the 24-inch extension and the other 3-inch extension. So, one way or another, some combination or another, whether it be 3 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, 7 inches, 24 inches, 8 inches, 11 inches, 9 inches, we're going to figure it out together. Let's see if I can get the big old noggin off in here and see it. Fording for better ideas. Let's put a 3-bolt starter in a very tight spot where no man has gone. That socket's not gonna work. So the swivel socket is too fat. It's either gonna have to be a straight socket or break the bolt off. Get on there first try. Looks like it got on there, but I'm a little long. Get off. Alright, so right now I'm 4-inch extension with a 3-inch deep well socket. I guess this is 3 inches. I don't really know. I haven't actually measured it. Yeah, it came off. That's exactly what we needed. Now I might be able to figure it out. Still in an awkward spot. Back to the extension. A little contraption. Oh, come on. Well, I might be able to get on there eventually. Hey, I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but the starter just moved. I'm starting to really dislike Fords. express flow. Surprisingly not. Smooth move, X-Lax. Alright, come on, contortionist. I'm gonna move back halfway of the car just to be able to get the nut on. Oh no. I know some of my methods may not make sense. They sometimes don't make sense to me either. But they work. Now then, to figure out which direction is tight. Okay. I thought I wasn't gonna put it back in, huh? Thought about it. Going back in is almost always easier. All right. Wrong side, ding dong. Just a recap here. This is a 2007 stinking Lincoln Town Car. Ford, what's the Ford? Why am I having a brain for it? Okay, any of the Fords with the 4.6 would be the same thing. Starter removal anyways, the 4.6 and the 5.4. But I think the 5.4 starter is on the other side. They're the same principle. They use the same starter. They're just positioned differently. Alright, that's on there. Now to fight with the NERT. These are all 13 millimeter. Everything on this thing has been 13 millimeter. That stud, 13 millimeter. The two bolts, 13 millimeter. This stud on the starter mount itself, 13 millimeter. be sure to disconnect your power wire or ground from the battery. The easiest one to get to, in my opinion, was the positive lead. So I went ahead and disconnected it and tucked it down beside the battery. Supposedly this wire is not hot until the circuit is activated, but that can't be true because you have an exciter wire down here. If it were true, they wouldn't have an exciter wire. Unless they activate together, which is possible if it were like that, but I don't believe it is. Yeah, where did my socket head go? There you are. Oh man, I gotta throw that in my hand. That thing's just sticking all the way out there. Word of advice, if you're doing this on shell, don't. It hurts. Now once I'm done here, I have to stick that wire into this crush fitting on the end of this solenoid lead, the exciter wire. Crush it down and then shrink it. You always want to shrink anything that's going to come in contact with water, because water will travel up wires. And the moment that it does, everything gets ruined. Let's see if we can get this in the shot here. You can see that there is it's actually already shrunk, but there's a lead on the end of this. Make sure all of your wires go inside of it. Grab your trusty crimpers and crimp it down. Now then, that's good and tight. And pull it back over the top. Take your crack torch. No, I don't smoke crack. It's just what I call this lighter because, well, you see it. Come on. Shrinky, shrinky. Let that cool off for a second. That's very hot. You'll have a washer, a lock washer, and a nut. So you want to put your wire on first, your lock washer, then your nut. Then take your little stubby wrench if you got it, tighten it down. I thought originally that this engine might have been locked up. That's what it sounded like. So I got an 18 millimeter and a bar and went to go turn the crankshaft over and it turned, so definitely wasn't a locked engine. It's just a bad starter. Oh, that's rough. I'll get all the tools out in a minute. Maybe. I don't know if I left my 5/16. Alright. Reconnect your hot wire. Grab whatever 5/16 or 8 millimeter you have lying around. Tighten it back down. Surprised the radio didn't come on again. Alright. Oh, it is on. Let's just see if that's not the key. What did I do with the key? Here, 1 second while I find the key. I'm an idiot. It's in the ignition. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, I forgot. Air suspension's off. If you got air right on it, you need to make sure to turn the switch off. It's over on the side. Air suspension is now on. She lives. Thanks for watching.